Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. On a Monday? What are we doing on a Monday? Well, let me tell you. Well, number one, my cat just jumped up here. Hi, Rocky. Don't go jumping on my keyboard and trashing my shit. Behave. You say hello? Say hello to my big black kitty. That's Rocky. Oh, man. Wasn't planning on going live tonight, but I didn't want to wait too long to talk about SummerSlam, and I actually watched tonight's Raw. Now, I had to fast forward through the commercials and like the entrances of the second half of it, and I ended watching it just shortly after it went off the air. So it actually went pretty well. And that's really the way to go. Like, I was busy doing some other stuff, and I'm like, oh God, when am I going to finish watching this? Come to find out, I ended it pretty much on time, so it wasn't bad at all. Let's talk about SummerSlam a little bit. I didn't watch the entire thing per se. I was feeling pretty lousy this weekend. I'm starting to feel better. I don't know what hit me. We'll just call it a summer cold. I know there's a million other things out there that are going around. Now monkeys are spreading around monkeypox or something. Dear God. I don't even want to know. I don't understand what the CDC is cooking up, but they better quit that shit. You hear what I'm saying? Good evening, Courtney. So as we dive into tonight's, and this is just going to be kind of a hodgepodge. It's not going to be a strict, well, this happened, and then this happened, and this happened. No, like I said, I missed like half a SummerSlam. I plan on finish watching it soon, along with, I heard Ric Flair did a thing last night. I'm planning on watching that. There was so much that happened over the weekend that I wanted to watch, and I just couldn't. I was sicker than a dog. Soon as Thursday was done, and Thursday was so much fun. Guys, I know most people that watch me watch a majority of my stuff over on TNI. And I don't care where you watch me, honestly. It's all love. I appreciate whatever it is. You guys help support, watch, share, whatever. But I had so much fun this last Thursday. We had a full house. Trent came back. Mark came back. Even Kaylon, even Kyle came back. And we were talking Impact. We were cracking jokes. It took us 2 hours to get through the episode, which normally it wouldn't have. But oh my God, we had so much fun, and we were just BSing around. And the new sound bites and everything. Please go check out TNI's last review if you haven't. We had so much fun, and I'm doing my best to try it. I mean, I couldn't do anything over the weekend. I just couldn't physically do anything. And I felt bad because Kyle actually was like, "Hey, let's watch Ric Flair's last match, and then maybe we could do a review." And I'm like, I might watch it, but there's no way I can go live, bro. I'm so sorry. I felt bad because he like actually wanted to do something with me. He's like, "Hey, Papa Bone, let's do this." I was like, "Oh, I can't." So I legit felt bad. But I am planning on watching it. I heard the event was pretty good. They sold out whatever arena they were in. So that's great to see. That's great to see. Look, no matter what you thought of Ric Flair's last match itself, I heard the card, the undercard next to that was just great. I didn't hear anything bad about it, really. I mean, everyone's going to have their own opinions. I still want to see it, so we'll catch it sometime soon later this week. Maybe not tomorrow, because tomorrow is me and Mrs. Bones' anniversary. 8 years. 8 years. We've been together 12, married for 8 of them. Can you believe that? I can't believe it. Where does this time go? We got together in 2010. And it's just been a roller coaster of good and bad. I don't mean bad between us, just her helping me with my life issues, my health issues, me helping her with hers, and that's what being a family is all about. That's just being there for each other through the good and the bad. And just because I was so out of it from cold medicine and not knowing which way was up this last few days, I was eating breakfast this morning and Tracy goes, "Do you know what tomorrow is?" And as soon as she said it, I was like, "Oh shit, I'm in trouble. What is this?" I'm like, and then I was like, "Oh, it's our anniversary." And it just, I was like, "Oh man, I felt so bad." I said, "Honey, you name it, we'll do anything tomorrow. I don't care. You name it." She's like, "It's $5 Tuesdays. Let's go see the Thor movie." So I'm going to take her to Thor tomorrow afternoon. We're going to go see Love and Thunder, whatever it's called. So I can't wait. It looks like a lot of fun. My son saw it, and he said it was really good. In fact, he saw it like opening weekend, I think he said. Was that a month ago or whatever it was? Are you okay up there? My goofy kitty, Rocky, just planted himself. Hang on, let me readjust here. Planted himself on top of my computer tower. And let me tell you, he takes up the whole thing. Be nice. Don't fall off. All right. Thank you, Courtney. Cheers. And for whoever's watching tonight, make sure you smash that like button, smash that sub button. Got a few new subs lately. Welcome. I don't know from watching what or who or where or why, but welcome. I've been inconsistent at best, so hey, just we're on here when we can. At least I try to get on here at least once a week. Looks like this week is going to be a little better than that. And yeah, we'll see. All right, let's talk a little SummerSlam. Like I said, I only watched like half of it. I watched the first couple matches, fell asleep, and then woke up. Oh, I guess I fell asleep for a lot longer than that because I don't remember the third match through the second to last match. Well, that's all right. I see the results here. I mean, it was bookended by great matches. I will say that. It was absolutely bookended by terrific matches. I was really I've become a big fan of Bianca Belair. And for those of you that have watched me for a while, you know that that hasn't always been like that. It took me a while to become a fan, I couldn't stand the hair thing. I was like, "Oh, this chick, I can't believe this. What is she doing?" But I see the athleticism. She's putting in the work, and she really has become a good wrestler. Maybe not one of my favorites overall, but at least in WWE, absolutely. So, and even bigger fan, I gotta say, excuse me. After this win, this match with Becky Lynch looking just insane. Now Bianca Belair wins the match, defends her Raw Women's title successfully, and then what everyone is talking about really shook the foundations of the company, especially the women's division. Bayley finally came back. She's been gone since, I think, before fans were back. I don't know. I could be off on that one, but oh my God, she's really been gone a while. And then Io, or no, who I'm trying to remember who came out next. Was it Dakota? Damn it, Dakota Kai. Sorry. And then Io Sky. Man, that really blew. Well, I mean, there was no roof on the place, but if there was, the roof would be gone. I know fans are very excited for Bayley to return. Dakota Kai, who was let go, earlier this year, I think, and it was reported. I don't ask me from who, but the word was going around. I think I heard that Io Shirai, now Io Sky, was just going to ride out the rest of her contract, and they really didn't have anything for her. Well, that's changed big time. Bayley brought these two back from from insignificance, from just being out there just in the wind. And apparently, I read somewhere else that this faction, and I don't know if they're giving this a name yet. I'm sure they will, because WWE loves branding shit. So whatever they call this, hopefully it's not something ridiculous, but Bayley's on top of it, and she's got Dakota and Io Sky with her. So that's very exciting. That tells me, as a wrestling fan, that they already have a new focus on the women's division. And the women's division has needed that in this company for a long time. I mean, a long time. To the point that you had people like Sasha Banks and Naomi leaving, just walking out. That right there tells you there is something wrong with your company. But now that, Vinnie Mac is gone and Trips is in charge, along with his wife being the tippy top with Nick Khan, and you could tell Trips at SummerSlam weekend, was it the day before or the morning of or whatever it was, and it was his first public appearance since everything going on with Vince and his health and everything, or Triple H's health, that is. And man, he's love Trips or hate him. I mean, there's things in the past that I didn't like him for, but I know, how do I say this? The focus he's had with the black and gold brand from the old NXT I can see that kind of focus going on the main roster now. And it's needed that for a long time. Are some favorites going to go by the wayside? Yeah, it's wrestling. It's going to happen. Sean, good evening. I saw you on Twitch and now you're on YouTube. Did you like Samoa Joe as a commentator? No, I liked him as a wrestler. I mean, I don't think he was bad, but I wasn't really paying attention to him much because I want him to wrestle, not just talk in my ear, you know? But now he's like on another planet, so whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, so and I'm gonna kind of go back and forth a little bit between SummerSlam and tonight's Raw with the focus on stuff. So just bear with me here, because tonight with Bianca going up against Io Sky and this new, like, I don't know if I'm not necessarily going to call it a tag team, but the fact that Asuka and Alexa Bliss were backing up Bianca Belair was interesting. Just that right there. With now, it's a bummer that Becky Lynch is injured, so they wrote her off, and they really didn't have to do the beatdown, but it puts more emphasis, obviously, on Bayley and her crew. So between them doing that, Asuka and Alexa, like, joining forces or backing up Bianca Belair, man, you've got, and that was a good chunk of the show too, was a focus on all these women at different times. So that right there was really refreshing to see. It wasn't a 1 minute match in a 3-hour show, and that's all you got from the women. So that was refreshing. That, like I said, that tells me that there is a new focus on the women in this company. And that's the way it always should have been. You know? I mean, it makes me even more curious to see what they're going to do on SmackDown now. Because I really haven't paid much attention to the weekly shows at all. Like, I see, like, who's doing what, but I'll see a clip for like 2 seconds. Oh, so-and-so was on. Okay. So it'll be interesting, and I hope it's consistent. That's the thing, is they can't just do something like they did between SummerSlam and this week on Raw and then nothing next week. You can't do that. You got to keep this focus going. So yeah, very happy that Bayley's back. It feels like, of course, now she's a heel, but she's different than she was last time. Like, last time I really couldn't stand her. And it's like, well, then, of course, and she's doing her job, but she was just obnoxious as hell. But I love this new group that she brought back Dakota Kai. A lot of people were talking about Dakota Kai when she was let go from the WWE. I know the people that I roll with really wanted her to show up in Impact. Thought maybe she'd go to AEW. I think she had a couple matches somewhere, but I don't know where and with who. I don't remember. And now a new focus on Io Sky. So that's good to see. All right, so what else? From SummerSlam. Now, how I feel about Logan Paul. I've been very against all this Logan Paul stuff, and just I was like, oh, because I'm a YouTuber, and because of him, all this stuff happened over the last, handful of years or whatever it was. And I'm like, I just. But in watching his match with Miz, and of course, you have to throw a whole heap of thanks on top of Miz for this as well. I'm not gonna. Well, you can say, yeah, he probably carried the match and kept the direction going during the match. But I was in the chat with a few people in the Discord on TNI not last night, Saturday night, and I was like, I said something like, man, I want Miz to just crush this stupid half-wit of a YouTuber or whatever I said, something to that effect. Yeah, because I do love the Miz. He's still one of my favorites in this company. Just I hadn't been watching much, I respect him for putting in the hard work he has over the last several years. So I was very curious, as much as I can't stand Logan Paul, I was very curious to see how this match was going to go down. Now, Logan Paul got the win, which I really wasn't super shocked by that. What I was more shocked is that this kid did pretty damn good. By the end of the match, I was like, you know what? I can't even be mad at him. I mean, I can, but I really got no reason to. The guy put on a good match. I mean, yeah, like I said, you got to thank Miz for his professionalism in working with Logan Paul. But damn, I got to give props to Logan Paul. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, he's my new favorite. No. But they put on a good match, and they did some crazy stuff, like Logan Paul jumping off, pulling a Shane McMahon, jumping off the turnbuckle and going through the, putting Miz through the, announce table. So I was like, oh my God. Like he took some serious bumps in this match. So I can't even be mad at him, So it's like what was announced was like a multi-year deal. He's going to be a part-timer, so they're going to use him here and they're going to use him there. And from what I'd have to watch it back and actually listen to the crowd. And it's hard in an open stadium in this kind of setting because everything goes straight up. You can hear some of the crowd responses, but it's not as much as if it's enclosed where you got, voices bouncing off walls and shit. But yes, Courtney, I'll get to that. Brock flipped the ring. So props to Logan Paul. Like I said, I can't even be mad at him. They put on a good match. I'll be very curious to see what he does next. I'm not going to jump up and down and be like, oh my God, I want him on next week. Like he wasn't on this week. Or he wasn't on, at least I don't think he was on Raw. If he was on Raw, I missed it. It was must have been like a half a second clip or something. But I don't think he was there. Biz was there. Okay, so I missed. Now I'm looking at the results. Okay, so Bobby Lashley defeated Theory. I think I dozed off during that. Woke up at the end, saw Bobby Lashley raising the title, saw he won. And then I think I dozed back off. So the Mysterios defeated Finn Balor, the Judgment Day. Edge returned. That looked pretty dope with the flames and everything. I do remember that. So I woke up for part of that. Pat McAfee, Happy Corbin, dozed back off. So I don't remember any of that. Slept through Usos defeating the Street Profits. I definitely want to go back and watch that because I'm sure I got nothing but love for the Usos, and the Street Profits have certainly, um, put in some hard work over the years. They've really become a formidable team. I missed Riddle and Rollins. They were just brawling, so there really wasn't a match there per se because Riddle is injured or something. I don't know. Liv Morgan defeated Ronda Rousey. I'm surprised by that, but I'm happy about that because, and then I read a headline, something about Ronda Rousey is fined and suspended or something because she assaulted Liv Morgan and an official or something like that after the match. Main event time. I woke up for this. Champ coming to the ring, and then Brock Lesnar. God, Brock freaking Lesnar. Two Love Impact says, "What's up, J-Bone? Queensryche was awesome." Yeah, I'm sorry I missed it, bro. We were all going live that night on Thursday. I think we mixed up our nights and realized what was what, but I wasn't. I wasn't able to see that. I'll catch them later this year. I think Trent wanted to go to Judas Priest and Queensryche is opening for him later this year, or late summer, early fall, or somewhere down in Chicago or something. I don't know. But anyways, oh my God. I know people were like, oh, Roman versus Brock again. So I really didn't put anything into this as far as wanting to see it. But oh my God, did they destroy each other to the point that, I'm getting to that, Courtney, where Brock took, because people were like, what the hell is he doing? At one point, he put him in the front of the tractor, the front loader, lifted him up, and then dumped him, and then took the tractor, rammed it into the ring, pushed it like between 5 to 10 feet or something. It was like you really pushed it. It felt like you pushed it a long way. And then lifted up one corner, and Roman was in that corner trying to get his balance and grab a rope. Ended up standing up as it was tipping and then tumbled down the ring and fell out of the ring in a heap. And it was one of the most insane things I have ever seen in wrestling. I was like, oh my God. So then I was just hoping at this point that the ring wouldn't fall off of, because the tractor's holding up the ring at this point. So I was just hoping that somebody wasn't going to go underneath the ring and have the ring fall on them and hurt them or anything, because that's not a light piece of equipment for wrestling. Cowboy Brock, right? Says Two Love says great match. Yeah, it really was. I mean, it was it was so crazy at the end with the 10 counts and the close calls at the end. Michael Cole, I have never heard Michael Cole lose his mind like this before. And you could tell there's a difference in Mike. It's going to be very interesting to hear people on commentary talk now without Vince in their ear, because you can usually tell they'd say something like, okay, that's a Vince thing. And Michael Cole even said something during the pay-per-view. I forget when it was or what it was referring to. But Corey Graves said something to the effect of, I liked you when you didn't have an opinion. And Michael goes, yeah, that's going to change. Or that's changing. Or that has changed. Or whatever he said. So, yeah, commentary is going to change. I don't think it's going to be that drastic of a change. But even hearing like last night, like Michael Cole losing his mind, and it sounded like he was almost getting frustrated at the end because sounded like he was almost losing his voice. And he was screaming at the ref, damn it, count faster. And then yelling at Brock, damn it, Brock, stay down. Like, it was like, what are you doing? It's like, if Vince was in his ear, he never would have said any of this. I can guarantee you. Vince would have been like, shut up, Cole, just count the shit, you know. Oh, my God. So that in itself was entertaining, listening to Michael Cole lose his ever-loving mind during this. Theory had an unsuccessful cash in. And with no Roman around, well, Roman may be on SmackDown, but I got a feeling we're not going to see Roman for a bit. Because at the next, whatever, premium live event, whatever, it's the Castle thing in the UK, whatever it's called, he's going to face, McIntyre, which should be good, you know. McIntyre hasn't had an opportunity in a while. And when he was champ, there was no fans. So this will be interesting. Courtney says he was so loud the whole match. You're talking about Cole? Yeah, Cole was just, oh, man. It was almost, I mean, Cole's been ripped on for years, but you got to remember, he's had someone in his ear for decades. And I mean decades. Think about that. And yeah, he's still going to have people in his ear now, but it's not going to be the same. Now, tonight, I'll say the one thing about Raw that was hard to watch, and like, you got to just like turn away for a minute and just listen to it and not watch it, is those stupid camera angles. The quick zoom, pull back, and then this zigzagging of the camera and all this shit. It's like, dude. And I know that's a Kevin Dunn thing. I know people I've seen, this is kind of funny. I mean, I don't want to see people fired, but honestly, if Kevin Dunn is gone, he's, you know, a multimillionaire. He ain't got to worry about shit the rest of his life. He can go get a job at, I don't know, ESPN or Fox News or sports or some shit, directing their ridiculous camera angles. That shit's got to go. And watching Raw tonight, as hard as it is to get through a 3-hour show, which thank God I fast forwarded through the last hour and a half. I mean, I watched it, but, you know, commercials, some segments, you know. Just the camera work is hard. So, I mean, but the show itself was decent tonight. You can tell there's a new focus. It wasn't perfect by any means, but I thought it was good. I thought tonight's show was good. You could tell, you know, especially with the champ not there, with Roman not there, you got to throw focus somewhere else. And so, yeah, the focus is going to be on the next champ down, and that's Bobby Lashley. So the two triple threat matches to find the number one contender, and then the winners of those two face each other to find the number one contender, and they're going to have a match next week. AJ won his against The Miz and Mustafa Ali, which was great to see. And then Ziggler, Champa, and Gable. Champa won that one. And wow. I mean, I got to root for the Milwaukee guy. You know? It's so refreshing seeing focus on a guy like Tommaso Ciampa, because I know how good he is. Like, I watched him for years in NXT. And even though I haven't watched a ton lately, like, I still know how good he is. So, and as much as I love Styles, oh my God, that Champa match. Hi, Rocky. You taking off? Where are you going? You gonna chill out back here? You gonna lay down? Okay. You lay down. Like a puppy. Good boy. Man, was I excited for Styles versus Champa. And yeah, okay, Miz helped, but that was an amazing match tonight. Was so excited for Champa to, I mean, I had a feeling he was going to win. I would have loved Styles versus Bobby Lashley too, but to see Tommaso Ciampa get this opportunity, and he's gonna face Bobby next week. Man, that right there has me sold on next week. I mean, of course, it's not going to be at 3 hours, but 3 hour United States. I mean, they really, I'll tell you, and I fast forwarded through some of this just because I didn't have to see it, but they put a promo together talking about the legacy of the United States title, which was actually really refreshing to see because, like I said, Roman's not around. So you got to focus on someone. Someone's got to be a top guy. So that focus is going to be Bobby Lashley. And then they even had Booker T out there for half the show, last hour, half the show, whatever it was, second half. And I like Booker. Booker's all right. I would much rather have Booker out there than. Oh, I can't even think of the guy's name. He's a former world champion. He's a Hall of Famer now. Lives in the Bermuda. He's a cowboy. One half of APA. I can't think of the guy's name. At least it's not him. Courtney says, I wanted Dolph Ziggler to win that J-Bone. You know, I'm not going to lie. I love Champa, but part of me, JBL. Thanks, Critical Sting. Look at that. Critical Sting out of nowhere. Thanks, Stinger. I love me some Ziggler too. I really do. I'm trying to, I'll admit I'm very out of touch with the whole what's going on with WWE. I know who's on and kind of what they're doing, but this whole Gable and Shush thing, and then Champa and Gable were shushing each other. I was like, oh Jesus. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh God. And with Ziggler being out there, where's Bobby Roode? Is he injured? Like where? Like I expected Bobby Roode to come out with Ziggler. Are they not? They were a tag team last I knew. Like I don't know, within the last month or couple months ago. They were called the dirty dogs or whatever they were called. The raw dog. No, I'm kidding. Um, oh my god. Sorry. Oh, my stomach. Oh my goodness. The stomach noises tonight are brought to you by Ghost, the energy drink. I gotta give myself a little pep here. Oh, I knew somebody was gonna say that. Two Love in the comments here on Twitch says Brood needs to come home to Impact. Yeah, I agree. I'm glad he's in the WWE and he's making that money, so I'm happy for him, but I absolutely, and I'm proud of him for what he's accomplished. He was an NXT champ or whatever, whatever they call it, world champ, heavyweight champ, whatever they call it. And he's done some stuff in the main roster. Off the top of my head, I can't remember, but but yeah, I would love him to come home to Impact. But so like whenever it happens, it's gonna happen. It says his contract may be up. Yeah, I really have no clue what's up with his contract. I don't know when he resigned, how long. I really have no clue. And Bobby Roode isn't that big of a social media guy from what I remember. So, some guys are real quiet about that kind of stuff. Some people are always talking about, like Santana and Ortiz. Santana's like, oh, X amount of days left, putting out stuff like that. Hashtag dirty dogs. So yeah, maybe Rude's, and that's like what I said before with Trips on top now. You're gonna see the focus on different people making it, and some people are gonna go by the wayside, and that's just wrestling. That's just Trips is gonna have his favorites. Tommaso Ciampa is gonna be one of them. Trips is a Tommaso Ciampa guy. It's been documented. The support that Tommaso Ciampa has had in this company is unbelievable. So as much as I would love to see him do some different things, it's not up to me. It's up to whoever's running the show. And that was Vinnie Mac for the longest time. So yeah, so now there are definitely going to be changes. Are they going to happen overnight? Some have. But fans, and I say this, I've said it a billion times, I'll say it again. Fans, you just got to be patient. But there are, I know there's going to be changes. Now, is it going to be like night and day? And it's like, oh my God, it's a whole new company. No, but Trips is going to have a different view for the future of the company, with his wife backing him up. And I'm sure, like, the people that have been there for flipping ever, Trips is going to want his own team. And there's nothing wrong with that. He had his own crew running NXT. And then he had health issues. And then WWE fired them all. Except for like one guy, Shawn Michaels or whatever it was. So, whoever Trips picks, I trust them, They're going to do their best. It's a new era in this company, and I think it's exciting. I know a lot of, and I'll talk about this for a minute, and then I'll get back to Raw. I know a lot of people have been discussing with Triple H in charge, Stephanie McMahon on top. I'm going to be careful how I say that. Of the company. Where are you going with this? And Vinnie Mac gone, that automatically makes people look at the company differently. Some people's wrestling dream, no matter who's running it, is still going to be, I got to get to the WWE. They're the biggest, maybe not the best as far as, like, you know, wrestling subjective. Everyone has their favorites, you know, but they're still on top. So you can't fault people for wanting to go and make the big time in that company. And I've heard a lot of people say over this last week, because of Vince stepping down, Trips being head of creative and whatnot, and what the hell is it called? Talent relations, which is rare, I think, from what I heard people say. That's rare. It's kind of might be a little counterintuitive, but it's a completely different, you know, mindset running the show now. Courtney says 10 billion% Rude needs to come home, or whatever, however many zeros that is. That's a lot of zeros. Yeah. So it's, you know, Raw was a decent show. Definitely a different focus, you know, with the United States champ. And someone in Twitch says, named Dongzilla, I'm running the show now. Okay. Yes, use those emotes. Thank you. By the way, if you are on Twitch and you're part of Amazon Prime, you get a free sub. You can always use your free sub on Twitch. And then, you know, that's one thing I need to do. And one thing I did recently for Total Nonstop Impact is I added a bunch of emotes for subscribers. I need to change that for Smash. I need to put a little more focus on Twitch. Like, I usually just focus on YouTube. But, you know, Twitch is there too. So I got to give some love to Twitch, and I got to throw some more emotes on there and make it inviting for subs. So watch for that in the future. So yeah, make sure you're digging the content. If you sub on Twitch, it really helps. Appreciate it. But yeah, throw those emotes in there. Good to see it. So yeah, for what I saw of SummerSlam, like I said, unfortunately, you know, being under the weather, I missed most of it, but you could tell that it was a decent show. It was a different kind of show, and it had a different, like, old school kind of entrance too. It didn't have a giant, you know, 1,000-foot screen like Mania size. Like, it was like an old school little screen and a little entrance. Because the focus was on, like, you know, you want to get as many people in there as possible. Well, you put that big screen up there where you just blocked out like 10,000 people or whatever, you know. You can tell Trips was in charge, right? So yeah, there is a different feel. It's not like night and day different, but there is a different feel to the show now. Like I said, especially with the women. That's great to see. So yeah, I'll finish watching SummerSlam sometime, and if I see something significant, I'll talk about it. But I saw the results, and they are what they are. I saw what I wanted to see. I paid my $4 because I changed my mind. I got rid of the Peacock, and then I'm like, last minute, I'm like, nah, you know what? Things are changing. I am curious. I'll give it a shot. So I'm really gonna, try to be patient over the next several months going into the second half of the year now and see what Trips does with his crew. Very curious. So thank you, Courtney. Thank you for the super sticker. And I don't know what the hell that is, but thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate it. It all helps. It all helps. Make sure you smash that like button too, folks. All right, now back to Raw. See if there's anything else. Yeah, so AJ Styles. Wait, hang on. Let me scroll back here. Whoops, too far. So yeah, the triple threat matches were fun. A lot of fun. Ending with Styles versus Champa. I like Seth Rollins' craziness and the crowd. I mean, yeah, he's a heel and people boo him, but man, when he comes, it's kind of like when Jericho comes out. And yeah, he's a heel, so you're gonna boo him, but you still sing the Judas song. Everyone loves the song. So, Rollins is gonna get booed, but he comes out and he's just, the dancing crazy fool he is. And the crowd, like I said, I've been out of touch with WWE, so I'm seeing certain things for the first time. Like, oh man, like you noticed it more now than last night, because there wasn't a Seth Rollins match last night. They were just brawling. Like I saw the clip, which I was like, okay, whatever. You need to fill some time. So, but Seth Rollins has always been a favorite of mine. And then he was interrupted by the Street Profits. And there's been a rumor that the Street Profits, they were going to break him up and really focus on Montez Ford. So I don't know if tonight was the start of that, but they had a great match. They really did. And I'm a little surprised that Montez Ford lost, but that also kind of tells me that they're not ready to break them up. I was also a little surprised. What's up, Randy? I was a little shocked that oh my god, I can't think of his partners. You get out of touch with WWE for a while and you start forgetting names and shit. Montez Ford's partner. He wasn't there during the match. I was really surprised. At least I didn't see him. He might have been there. But Montez Angelo Dawkins. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. What's up? How you doing? I did like the match. I mean, like I said, Seth Rollins is always going to be one of my favorites. And I love this crazy side of him. It's like that hasn't changed his in-ring ability. It's just the character is just over the top, insane. I don't know what it is. It's like an insane Jesus type or something, like an insane egomaniac preacher type or something. I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying to get back into this and realizing who's doing what, and it's like, oh my god, what the hell are you doing, Rollins? But whatever. I still love him. Like, I've seen some of his outfits lately. Like, I saw one show he came out. I saw the clip. I don't know. It was like a couple weeks ago, couple months ago. Oh no, it was Hell in a Cell versus Cody, and he had that blue. It was like a blue, big fuzzy cape jacket thing, and I was like, Jesus, he killed Cookie Monster for that robe or whatever. I remember watching that. Okay, so I haven't been completely out of touch with it, but yeah, Rocky's just chilling back here. What's up, dude? He's keeping an eye on me because I know he wants snacks before bedtime. Because I already gave him some snacks, and I'm like, nah, man, you can't have snacks all night, man. You're gonna get fat like your papa. God knows I need to lose some pounds. All right. Let me read a couple comments here, and then I'll go back to talking about tonight's show. Randy says, "Sup, J-Bone, decent show. And I like how they end the thing on a cliffhanger where Edge accidentally speared Don and Ray got mad and Edge left. And now you ask, does Edge join with the Judgment Day, or do they turn Ray heel?" Or I think that's what you were trying to say there. Yeah, I don't know. Well, Edge even said publicly, in his promo tonight, he's like, I want to kill what I created. He was going to kill Judgment Day. So you're probably going to see, and the seeds of this were planted Saturday night at SummerSlam. I keep wanting to say last night, but no, it wasn't a Sunday night show. That was Rick's show. I don't know if it's going to be a one-on-one thing, but I see, honestly, because Ray was even talking about his relationship with Edge tonight on the show. And I don't know when this UK show is. Was that the Clash at the Castle or whatever the hell it's called? Is that in August? It's August now, so it's got to be August. Middle of August, I think. I'm not completely sure. But there's probably going to be Edge and Ray and his son versus Judgment Day. That's my guess. So 3-on-3. That's my guess. Which would make it an intergender match, which is a little different. But I mean, they've really been throwing. I almost said Kylie Ray. Jesus. No, not her. God, this energy drink didn't do shit for me tonight. Forgetting names and everything. Please forgive me. Oh, even my cat's coming up to me. It's like, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, it's September 3rd. So we've got all of August to go through. Wow. I thought it was like the same weekend as like the Impact show, Emergence. I thought it was the same weekend, but all right, here's another opinion from Randy. Montez Ford is a future superstar. I see a young Rock in him. I don't know why, J-Bone. Well, yeah, he's got a lot of charisma. He really does. I'll give him that. And Angelo Dawkins is good too, but he's always been a tag team guy. If you've seen his journey in NXT, it's always been about finding him the right partner. Hi, Rocky. You're up here. I know what you want. You're like, wrap this shit up, Papa. I know. All right. Jeff, good evening, says, J-Bone, don't laugh, but do you think Ali is teasing the hacker gimmick? I don't know what he's been doing lately. Like, he was gone for a while, and he's just been doing whatever lately. I don't think there's been a lot of focus on him. There might be now with this new regime, but I really don't know. Maybe a feud with AJ Styles because he was mad that he got pinned, so maybe a heel turn for Ali. That triple threat thing was. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Ali's good. Ali's good, but something seemed off tonight with him. Like, he doesn't seem like he's as much in shape as he used to be. Like, I could be wrong, but I think the right people won tonight. Ali is good, but he needs to, like, if he wants to stay and impress this new regime, he needs to step it up. You know, this is really the time for people to take notice if you want these new guys to, you know, get you to the top. Grab that brass ring. I was kidding. Oh, that's so Vince McMahon, like last week, literally. Ford's frog splash is amazing. Yeah, totally. Did no almost being on the show make you happy, J-Bone? LOL. Back to the PC. Yeah, I don't know what he was with. He was what, tag champs with AJ Styles for a while. I don't know. You know, like I said, I've been out of touch for a while as far as what they've been doing. I've seen him here and there. I really don't have a fair opinion on him, so you really can't say much. I mean, he started out as a door guy when Shane McMahon was around, last year before fans came back and they were doing that Raw Underground thing. And I was like, oh, that's great. Yeah, poor door man. Jesus. He's a unique talent because he's a 7 foot plus guy. So you got to be careful booking guys like that. You can't just throw them out there with anything to do whatever, you know. If he is a special attraction, you got to make it special. You got to make it mean something. Otherwise, he's just going to be another, you know, shush or whatever. You know, you got to. It's not that he's not talented, but he's got to have some kind of direction and whatever, you know. Another question here says, "What's your take on Max Dupree?" I saw, with yeah. I saw that. That was one. I don't remember where it was during the show, but they had the swimsuit focus, and it's oh god, Mansoor and Mace, but now it's Mansoir and Masse or whatever, and that that has me cracking. I was like, oh geez Louise. It reminded me of that guy from I can't remember the guy's name. The guy started around the same time as Brock did 20 years ago. And they gave him all these weird, flamboyant gimmicks. Like, they put him out there with the, when Chuck and Billy were, together, It was that guy. I can't remember his name. But I was like, oh man, here we go. It's another flamboyant gimmick. And I mean, Mansoor's talented. I've never really saw much on Mace or Masse or whatever the hell they're calling him. I gotta make sure I'm pronouncing these right. And I don't know who the girl is that's with them, but Max Dupree, I can't stand that they changed his name again. It used to be L.A. Knight. I was like, oh, I'm like, okay, that flows, it works. But now it's Max Dupree. It's like, now it's just another name. It's like, all right. I'm happy he's around because it sounded like they were going to get rid of him. You hear things. But this is Trips running now. So if Trips likes him, then people are like, oh, he's staying. He's going to be around. So I'm all for that. I'd rather see him in the ring, but if they're going to use him as a mouthpiece, then so be it. So we'll see. It's a SmackDown thing, right? Are they keeping it on SmackDown? I think we'll have to wait and see. We'll see. So, all right. What else? I was originally talking about Seth Rollins versus Montez Ford. Seth Rollins wins. Alexa Bliss versus Asuka. Then that was no contest because Bayley and her crew came down and attacked them. Like I said, the triple threat matches were great. Champa won against Ziggler and Gable. Edge comes out. I'm going to destroy what I created. That'll be interesting. And we saw what, the start of that. On tonight's Raw, at the end there. Maxine. Oh, okay. Courtney says Maxine is Sophia Cromwell from NXT. No clue who that is. No clue. Is she a wrestler? Is she a valet? What is? I don't. There's so many new faces, especially on like the NXT side of things. Like I see highlights from NXT. I'm like, I know none of these people. None of these people. It's not that I don't like them. I just, oh my God, there's so many new people. It's just kind of mind blowing. Io Sky versus Bianca Belair. There was a couple times during the match where I felt it was a little off or something, but overall I liked it. And then it was no contest. There was a lot of like no contest type of stuff happening tonight. That's not the only time, because then when Alexa Bliss versus Asuka, that was a no contest. So it's like, yeah, you got to be careful. You can't do this too much. But of course, it's a focus on Bayley's, like, running roughshod with her crew all over the place. So so we're probably going to see Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai versus Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair. We're probably going to see that sooner rather than later. Or they may wait till the pay-per-view and just keep the singles matches or tag matches going to fill up the shows, which it's fine. It's fine. It's focus on a lot of women, and it's not a bad thing. Remember that. That's what this company needs, is more focus on women, and I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I'm liking it. Obviously, there's a difference if people like Dakota Kai are coming back, and I've also heard that it's reported that Sasha Banks and Naomi are in talks to come back. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. That is huge. it's a huge loss to lose someone like Sasha Banks. No matter what your opinion is, she's a big star. And if she goes somewhere else, man, that's a big loss for WWE. But now with this new regime, with Trips and everyone else and Stephanie, you know, you got to think there's a different focus now. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna keep my ear to the try to watch for the legit stuff, but we'll see what happens. Main event time. Well, AJ Styles versus Champa, like I said before, was an amazing match. I'm so happy for Champa. Like I said, I got to root for the Milwaukee guy. Champa is so good. I don't think it was like match of the year, but I was really excited for Styles versus Champa. I was like, oh man, I can't wait. I really didn't care who was going to win, but I had to root for my boy Champa. Main event time, and then I'll jump back in the chat for a while. See if there's any questions or for whatever. Undisputed tag team championship on the line. Usos, a little surprised at this, but obviously it's all towards storyline here with the end result of the match. Usos defending against Dominic and Rey Mysterio. And I saw this match advertised and I was like, and it's not that I don't like Rey and his son. God bless Rey. He's trying like hell to get his son, like, Rey ain't going to be around forever. He's not, So he's trying to make sure that his son is in good shape for the future. And I don't know. Dominic's good. I don't know. I got to see more of his stuff to really make an opinion of him. I just haven't been. I mean, yeah, some of those storylines were just god awful, coming out of the pandemic tapings, where they were doing the whole relationship thing. It's like, oh no, stop that. With Buddy Murphy, and all that stuff, that was horrible. With the Mysterios. It's like, keep it on the wrestling. I understand you trying to like create drama, but man, sometimes just you can't do that. So, this match, this main event actually ended up being a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Because, I mean, the Usos, I've loved the Usos since they started, and they've changed gimmicks a few times, but they've always kept their in-ring stuff and just built on it and built on it and built on it. And they truly are, in my professional podcasting opinion, one of the best tag teams out there. No matter if, you're booing them because of Roman and the whole bloodline thing or whatever. I'm so out of touch because like at Mania, when I was watching, everybody was all about Roman and they cheered him. And he's like the biggest heel. And I'm like, what's going on? Is this like an NWO thing where you cheer for the bad guy again? I didn't get it because, like I said, I've been a little out of touch. Cue the Hall & Oates song. Showing my age. You taking off again? Where are you going? All right, see you, Rocky. But now they were cheering him at Mania. Now they're booing him. So I don't know what's going on with Roman and the bloodline. It's like, okay, now are you guys tired of Roman doing this shtick? Because he's been champ for 2 years now? And the Usos, of course, are stronger than ever because they're part of the bloodline thing. And I've actually wanted that for a long time, so I can't complain about that. Can't complain about that at all. I dig the bloodline thing. They're one of the best. And I thought for a brief minute, that we actually were going to get new tag champs tonight. It was going to be, Ray and his son, Dominic. And then I was trying to remember, because I have been out of touch with WWE for a while. I couldn't remember if they were tag champs before, on a brand, while the Usos were still champs on another brand or whatever. But anyways, but yeah, the match was better than I thought it was going to be. Usos won, and then of course that's there was the drama with Edge coming down, speared Dominic, and that's how it went off the air. And Edge went and chased the the Judgment Day came down, and they were beating up Ray and his son. And then Edge came down and chased them off. That's how it went. So what's next for the Bloodline and the Usos and whatever? I don't know. I feel like they got to shake up the tag division a little bit. It feels kind of jokey right now. Not that the Usos are a joke, but like they brought back, they're trying to I saw the Viking Raiders. They're trying to make them look more fierce with makeup or something. I don't know. I just, it's one thing. It's like, I like those guys as a tag team, but it kind of feels right now like they're in a spot similar to the Ascension when they were around. Still love the Ascension. They're still going. Certainly not in the shape that they used to be, but they're still going. So yeah, it was a decent Raw. I was gonna be very curious to see like okay, are they gonna do any more debuts? Anybody coming back? There definitely was a vibe after SummerSlam, like whoa, SummerSlam felt different, And no, me sleeping through over half of it wasn't because it was boring. It's because I was under the weather. But what I saw, I liked. There is a new vibe, a new feeling in the air. There really is. So yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm not saying I'm gonna review everything all the time, but I definitely. There is a new focus. I have a new focus on the WWE brands. Not so much on NXT. That one, I don't know about that. That's the 2.0. I just don't know. It's too, I don't know. It's too something. All right, let me jump back in the chat here for a little bit. Oh, Von Wagner. Robert Stone. Oh, you were talking about Maxine. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, Von Wagner. He's on NXT too. Jeff says, hi, J-Bone. I'm Maria Kanellis, and I'm heading back to the WWE because Triple H is back. And WWE going to work with Impact Wrestling. What? Champa versus... Bro, what? Okay, as much as I'd love to see Champa versus Sami Callihan, no, that's not going to happen. You play that on the video games. That's what I used to do, This, you book your own shows and you mix up your rosters, and okay, SmackDown's going to be all Impact guys and Raw's going to be WWE guys, and you put them against each other. I used to do all sorts of stuff, and then you get tired of these rosters, and then you put in a whole roster of classic ECW or classic WCW guys, and oh man, I used to do that stuff all the time. Crazy. Do that in a video game. Oh, Randy says Dom's getting written off and going back to the PC. Oof, I don't know. That's kind of harsh. You think so? He needs a new haircut. It's he's not. That's the thing, is he's not going to be like Ray. He has such. I mean, he can do the athletic, high flying stuff. I'm not saying he can't do that, but he has such a drastic, different body type. You know. I mean, I'd love to see him get in better shape and come back with just, trunks or tights instead of this full body. I don't know if the full body thing is like to hide his body type. I don't know. Like, and I'm not like, oh, J-Bone, you can't body shame people. I'm not trying to body shame him. I'm just saying, and then I also got to remind myself that, Vinnie Mac isn't in charge. So you don't know where the focus is going to be. But obviously, if that is what they're doing, it's very interesting. He could be. He could be written off. But I think this is more of a Rey Mysterio with Edge and Dom versus the Judgment. I think that's more of not a faction clash, but I don't know what else to call it. J-Bone, you see my Impact question? No, I didn't. Hang on a second. Let me scroll up here. Oh, okay, let's see here. J-Bone, that's what Impact does better than AEW, my opinion. Video package tell us who they are. And don't debut someone without telling us who they are. Well, it depends on who it is, and it depends on like AEW has done that. They've done stuff like that for, I'm trying to remember, give me a second. Okay, perfect example. They ran promos for like Ruby Soho when she debuted. Okay. Similar to, I'm not saying anyone is copying it. Don't take it like that. But very similar to how Impact debuted Killer Kelly. Ran a few promos, debuted her, a couple of weeks later. So in that sense, both companies do it, but both companies really are different as far as, well, AEW and Impact are just so different, They're the same but different. Like the wrestling's, I think the wrestling's good in AEW and Impact, but yeah, there is a different direction, So they both got pros and cons. I see what you're trying to say, Randy, but I'm just saying, depending on who you're focusing on, both companies do it. And I don't know if one company definitely does it better than the other. Both companies have evolved a lot over the last few years. AEW, still very new. Rosters changing, especially after that big 3-year bump. Some people are going by the wayside. They're picking up new people all the time. Impact's the same way. People go by the wayside. They pick up new people. And I want to get your opinion. There's a guy that I've heard is a free agent now. I heard about this earlier today. This wasn't something that it was like big enough that I wanted to just jump on here and talk about it by itself. But I am curious to see where this guy's going to go. I'm talking about what's his name? Carl Fredericks. He came up in the LA dojo of New Japan and trained with a bunch of guys. He's been a part of the Strong brand. And I've seen a handful of his matches, like a few of his matches, handful at most. I think Carl definitely is a standout from that first crop of people that came out of the New Japan Strong dojo. the Shibata dojo in LA. And Carl is a free agent. Carl Fredericks is a free agent now. I've seen one opinion out there. You know, I haven't been on social media that much today. Looked at a couple things. Can't think of the guy's name. He does a lot of Impact and MLW talk. He used to be with BQ's channel. Now he's out on his own. And he's actually, Lewis Carlin, he's actually building quite the audience. So props to him. Props to him. He's very consistent, does stuff almost every day. And it's not long form. It's just short 15, 20-minute news pieces. You know, it doesn't do a ton of like review stuff. It's more news pieces. And he is one guy. I didn't watch the video, but that's one guy he said in the title. It says Impact should pick this guy up immediately. It'll be very interesting to see where Carl Fredericks goes. And he was nice. He thanked New Japan for giving him 4 great years. He's talking about he learned so much and had, you know, made friendships and stuff. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see where this Carl guy goes. I don't know if he's like, I can picture him going to NXT. I could picture him going to AEW and they sign him up like that other guy that they just brought over, former WWE guy, Cole Carter or whatever his name is. You know, I can picture them doing something like that, you know, do a bunch of Dark Elevation stuff and then put him on the main Dynamite show like once a month or something like that. And I could also see him going to like MLW or Impact. I really could see him anywhere, you know. I think he absolutely is a future star, but I got to see more of his stuff. So I'm, you know, I got to take my own advice, you know, jump on YouTube and look up some of his stuff and see what he's all done. But if you got an opinion on it, you know, and you're watching this on replay or whatever, let me know what you think of him. You know, he really is one of the newer faces out there in wrestling. So, oh, this is kind of interesting. I don't know when this did this happen tonight on was it Dark was on tonight? She says Cole Carter won his match again and joined the factory with QT. Oh God. Well, that tells me that some of the factory guys are going by the wayside then, because that's been around for about 3 years. I'm not wishing that on anyone, but like I said, some people are gonna, you know, they hire new. Some contracts are just gonna expire. I don't know. So we'll see. I was never really impressed much with the factory, but I appreciated them for what they were. You know, not everybody can be on top. You got to have that lower tier of guys that help lift other people up, and that's just the business. That's, you know, you can still have a favorite like QT. QT's very, very talented. I'll give him that. You know, he's not much to look at, but he can absolutely. It's a purgatory ego, says Critical State. You know, like the Dark Order. You know, it's, you know, they were on top for a while and now they're kind of, you know, like some of the guys are gone now. You can see them every week on BTE. I don't know. So, Jeff says the factory is becoming the WCW power plant. Oh, goodness. That's funny. So yeah, like wrestling's always gonna evolve and stuff. Dark Elevation. Oh, the Dark Elevation is on Mondays, and then regular Dark is on Tuesdays, right? Yeah, I haven't watched either one of those in a while. Like, I'll watch clips and stuff, but there's just so much. Oh, I almost forgot. I saw this earlier, and I absolutely wanted to at least touch on this, and then I'll wrap it up because getting tired, take my ass to bed. AJ Mendez, the former AJ Lee, Mrs. CM Punk, she's with WoW, and she announced today that WoW is coming back. Let me double check the news here. It should be right. There it is. Premiere the weekend of September 17th. And then they showed like a preview of the women that are going to be on there. So I'm excited for this. Is it going to become like my number one thing to watch? No, but with who's on here, I am very curious to see how they're developing this. So, because some of my favorites on here, when I look at the preview of it, there's a lot of faces I don't know, but I'm very, like, I want to know who they are, The Beast, from what I know, is still women's champion. Like, all right. So does that mean that J-Bone is finally going to watch season 2? Yeah, I really should watch season 2 because I know they brought in a bunch of new faces, and yes, some are going to go by the wayside. Like, there's no Tessa Blanchard. As far as I can tell, there's no Tessa Blanchard. They've completely just erased her, except for because they're putting the full episodes and clips on the YouTube channel. Like, they'll upload like a show a week or 2 a week or whatever, plus clips. And yes, some of those do feature Tessa Blanchard because she was on that first big season. Randy says you want to talk about Ric Flair. I can't say nothing about the Ric Flair match. I do want to watch the event. I haven't seen any of it. I heard it came off well. No, he didn't die, so that's a good thing, I guess. Zach Bonifer, God bless, man. He's says the only dark we care about is After Dark on TNI. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Courtney says, I saw someone post that J-Bone. Yeah, that was me. That was, you're talking about in the Discord on TNI. That was me with the WoW Women of Wrestling. So yeah, the Beast is in there. One of my favorite characters. I think her name is Jessie Jones. She's like a hick, like a Southern hick character. Like a Southern hick female version of like AJ Styles, she kind of had not that I liked her for like imitating, because her thing was, it was kind of like MAGA, making America great again. It was Trump's thing. But she said, I'm going to make wrestling great again. So it was the same but different. And I was like, okay, I get it. That's, So I don't know what she's like. She looks like she's doing the same, like, down south country girl gimmick heel, but I can't tell by the clip like exactly what it is. So she's one of my favorites. The Beast, she's still on there. I don't know if she's champ. I gotta watch season 2 to catch up and see exactly who's doing what. And there's like some there's so many new girls, and I just don't recognize them. I thought one of the girls was Is Santana Garrett? Is she back? I think she's back in WoW. I'm not sure. AJ Mendez, AJ Lee, she's on commentary. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be interesting. Would I love to see her in the ring again? Yeah, but I can't assume anything. She's smart and she got out when she did, WoW's on Peacock. Okay, well I've got Peacock. I can look for it on there. I know it's going to be on like the CW network, like for here locally. That's like it says like the Sinclair network, so it's going to be like channel 18 here or 18 and 24. If you're locally in the southeastern Wisconsin area, or on Spectrum. It's Zach says Jessie Bell from OVW. Is that who that is? Was she from Ohio Valley Wrestling? I don't see any of these girls like anywhere. Like the Beast, she's a great character on this show, but I haven't seen her anywhere else. Rocky, have you seen her anywhere else? Rocky's back. What, you want to jump up here? Okay, jump up here. What you doing? Rocky wants attention. He's like, wrap this shit up. Zach says Tracy Smothers' daughter. Okay, I'm not familiar with that. Oh, Jessie Bell is Tracy Smothers' daughter. Well, I don't, is that Jesse Jones? I don't think that's Jesse Jones. I think that's someone different, but I don't really know. Like I said, a lot of these girls, I don't know, but I am very curious. So that's coming back in a couple months. Looking forward to it. Yes, I'll probably catch up on season 2. Might talk about it a little bit, but I'm not going to go out of my way to like review every episode like I did the first season of WoW Women of Wrestling. Don't eat my microphone. You can't has microphone. All right, so that's where we're going to wrap it up here. We did about an hour and a half. That's about as much as I wanted to do. Oh, Zach says that's the same person. Is it really? Wow. All right, I'll have to do more research. But I do like it. That's who I think it is. Yeah, I really like her. She's cool. She's great. She's one of the best on that show. Charisma wise, wrestling wise. We'll see what happens. But thanks guys for the chat. Thanks for the super chat and whatever you guys did to help support the show. On your way out, you know what to do. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that sub button if you're new and you're digging the content. Ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of my content hits your screen. What is tomorrow? Tuesday. It's my anniversary. I don't think I'm going to be around. I need some time with Mrs. Bone. So, yeah, we're going to go see Thor, the movie. What the hell's it called? Love and Thunder. Ooh. Can't wait to see Thor naked. That's just, man, Disney, what are you doing? That is going to be nuts. All right. Make sure you check out the links in the description. There is a sale going on. Let me double check real quick. Want to help support the show? The Spreadshirt link in the description is where you can go to get the merch. Let me see here. 20% off all orders August 2nd through the 7th. Wow, that sounds like a great deal. I don't know about you, but that's wonderful. So there's teas, there's mugs, there's cups, there's hats, there's all sorts of stuff. Magnets, stickers. Everyone loves stickers. Whatever you do, it all helps the show grow. So much love, everyone. Thanks for coming out tonight. And if you're watching the replay, make sure you smash that like button, sub button as well. Thank you, Team Twitch. I'm going to try to get some more, focus a little more on Twitch, get some fresh emotes in there. I don't know what I'm going to do. Put some new emotes in the TNI Twitch. What is J-Bone going to do for Smash? Got to do something different, right? We'll see. We'll find out. We'll work on that soon. All right. Take care. Much love, everyone. See you Wednesday. That sounds good. We'll do something Wednesday. All right. Good night.